Hello, everyone. I'm Joe Siegel,
And I am Leonard Siegel, Joe's brother.
and we are back for more of our preview of our new book, Success
Formula.
Formula. That's right, Success Formula. And so, in this video, if you stay tuned, you will learn these incredibly important answers to problems that you and most of us struggle with, like how to embrace self acceptance,
Overcoming insecurities.
practicing positive self talk,
Separating yourself from negative thoughts and feelings.
cultivating unconditional self-love,
Stay tuned to discover these transformational insights that can help you lead a happier, more
more
successful
successful life.
by simply being
You.
you.
Okay, stay tuned. Subscribe. Click the like button so more people can see this and we can share more love and kindness, positivity in the world. Don't you think we need more love and kindness and positivity? People feeling better about themselves
I
and
agree.
treating each other better. Don't you think
Let's
that would
do
be
that.
great? Let's do it. Yay!
Yay.
Share this video with everyone, please. Okay, chapter 1. It's okay to be you. Okay, in this book, I discuss ways of shaping one's life and becoming a new person, to write a new story for oneself. But what I'm really trying to suggest are ways of learning to love and be who you truly are. It's okay to be you. In fact, self acceptance and self compassion are key requirements for creating a successful life. And without them, we are essentially living lives of desperation, stuck in cycles of sadness and poverty. And I'm not just talking about lack of money either. I'm saying that without learning radical self acceptance and self kindness, our entire lives are impoverished. I struggled my entire life to accept myself and not see myself as broken, as being not good enough or not good as others, and or as being enough. And I felt I was not as good as my siblings or others I went to school with or worked beside, and not enough to satisfy my father's expectations. And never mind my father's expectations, I never felt I lived up to my own expectations of who I thought that I should be. It turns out I wasn't alone in my insecurities. Most people I've encountered in my life, and even the most successful public figures I've admired, have at one point or another publicly shared their own similar feelings of not being good enough. Bill Russell, one of the all-time greatest professional basketball players who won 11 NBA championships, um, would get so nervous before a game, he would throw up before going out on the court to compete. This is an experience many of the greatest actors of stage and screen share in common with them. Elizabeth Taylor, considered by many one of the most beautiful, sought after actresses ever, wrote about how every time she looked in the mirror, all she saw was all of her flaws and how unattractive she was. One of the most important things to create to create your own successful life is to learn to accept yourself the way you are and to love yourself unconditionally. In fact, you will want to practice speaking to yourself as patiently and kindly as you would to your own child or best friend if they were feeling scared, vulnerable, or in pain. This is important to do whenever your inner critical voice emerges with harsh critical words like, oh, you're so stupid, or you idiot, why did you say that? Or why couldn't you just do what you have to do? Many of us speak to ourselves with our inner voice in harsh ways we would never ever dare to say to anyone else,
Right, right,
or,
exactly.
or even tolerate somebody saying to a friend or relative of ours. This is the time to talk back to yourself, and you might say something like, I hear your message. I know you're trying to help me, but I'm doing the best I can. You can tone it down. Now I've got this. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. You could say that. and let you talk back to that inner voice. And it might feel a bit silly to say, I love you, I love you, I love you to yourself at first, but it is more important. It is important that you explore ways of being more compassionate to yourself. Trust me, it really, really is. I found that life improves the moment we start making good, healthier, and better choices. Choosing to be kind and compassionate is one of the best choices we can make. Right, Leonard?
Correct, exactly. Totally agree.
And it must start with ourselves. It's important to remember that you are not your thoughts. Let me say that again. You are not your thoughts. You are not that critical voice in your head. You are not your feelings either. You are the one who thinks. You are the one who feels. You might think of it this way. Thoughts and feelings are like fish, and you are the ocean. Acknowledge your thoughts and feelings. Notice them. This is called mindfulness. Notice your thoughts and feelings. Oh, that's an interesting feeling. I'm feeling scared. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling hurt. Whatever it is, name it and notice it. Name them, feel them, and free them. You might see them with curiosity. Oh, wow, that was really weird. That's really interesting that I feel this way. This helps us to be able to take a mental and emotional step back, creating space from some of our more disruptive thoughts and feelings. And it works. Long enough for the energy to be released back into the universe. I let that go. I see that. I feel that. Oh, it hurts. It's uncomfortable. I let it go. Right?
So at this point, I'd like to stop right here. See if we could discuss what you just talked about. Um, there's you want to go ahead and practice when some of these negative voices come up. One of my teachers told me that for every one negative, the first thing you do is you say, I forgive that thought. Say something, and then replace each negative thought with at least two positives. Some positive thing you acknowledge yourself. Um, One of the things that I found myself doing is if one of these negative thoughts, a negative memory comes up, I'll talk to the little inner hurting child and say, I still love you. Everything's okay. You want to talk to, now from the adult, talking to that hurting, wounded child when that memory comes up. Hopefully, and then more and more they don't come up, but everyone has them at some occasion. These voices, I've heard some of the students, every now and then they would say something negative and like, I'm so stupid, and yet I know that student is very, very smart. So I know someone told that child when they were younger something negative. Um, I was listening to, and then I'll turn it over to you, I was listening to one personal development guru, and he was talking about that when he heard that the average child by a certain age, grown up, has heard something like 1 million no's to like every 100,000 yeses, he was determined that for every negative he had to tell his child or any kind of correction, he would compensate with five positives. And he said as his daughter was growing up, she was always the head of her class, she was always the leader of her class, and grew up to be a very, very successful young woman. And so that's some things that we can do for our children, for the people around us, and even for ourselves. And
I've seen this power in effect with Leonard. Just yesterday, we were at one of those home builder big box stores, and there's this woman who is sweeping the aisles, these big long aisles, and she's got this dreary work of sweeping these big long aisles, this kind of tedious work. And most people walk right by her and other people there, and they just ignore her. Everyone's in their own world. And my brother Leonard here, God bless him, he says, wow, you're doing such an excellent job. Thank you for helping to clean up the world. And she stopped and she was like, she beamed this big smile and she said, wow, thank you. You just made my whole day. And isn't that amazing? to acknowledge someone, to validate them, and to find something they're doing well and sincerely say, hey, I notice you. I notice this is something positive about you. I notice something good about you. And to be able to reach out to people around us is a super powerful, it's a superpower. It really is. It helps people to love themselves, to accept themselves, which is what we're talking about in this chapter of our audiobook Success Formula about self-acceptance and self-compassion and love. As the way to build that into yourself is the more you build it into yourself, the more you share it with others. And the more you share it with others, the more it grows in yourself. Right, Leonard?
Correct. And one of the things we'd like to know from you is there any positive self-talk that you use in your life? And at what times? So it'd be great for you to put in the comments section something you learned from this podcast we just YouTube video we just did, or podcast I guess we just heard. Put something in the show notes about how you use it or what you learned, or some sort of positive thing you say to yourself to heal yourself, to inspire yourself or others.
And one of the people who do that, who participate in the channel, and they put a helpful comment in the comment section, we will choose and we will send a free copy of this audiobook to them. So go ahead and please let us know, how do you speak compassionately to yourself? How do you accept and be compassionate and loving to yourself when you hear your self-critical voice, your harsh judgmental voice come up? What's something that you say to yourself to help you take a step back and release that back to the universe and feel better about who you are? So please share that. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching our intros to our new book, Success Formula. You deserve love, right, Leonard?
Exactly. And you deserve the audiobook, so contact us so we can get the link so that you can download the audiobook yourself.
And visit josephsiegel.com. I'll put it in the show notes. You can subscribe, click the subscription button, and visit Joseph Siegel, S-E-G-A-L. I'll put it in the show notes. And so you can subscribe to our newsletter for free, get updates on the latest ebooks and audiobooks and free downloads and wonderful things to inspire you. And let's share love and kindness in the world, everyone. We love you. I'm Joe Siegel.
I'm Leonard Siegel.
Have a wonderful day. Stay positive. Keep hope alive in your heart. And we'll see you next time.
Amen.